Yo, what's going on, party people, fat boy family? I hope that you are having an amazing week. Listen, December, we're going to switch things up just a little bit. We're still doing Worth It or Not Wednesdays, still doing Fat Boy Fridays. Still, I'll be back on the stream this upcoming Monday. I also want to throw some other content in there. A lot of times when I'm live, I get to kind of just chill and have conversations. I kind of want to bring that to this particular space where you can just watch the video. So we're going to be talking about a lot of content, you know, centered around fragrances or whatever. So for those of you that think I talk too much, it's probably not the video for you. I'm taking off my reviewer hat and I'm really just putting on my enthusiast hat and my fragrance lover, fragrance addict hat. And a lot of these conversations are going to be centered around things that I've talked about this year. You know what I'm saying? And whether I still feel the same way, you know, do I feel differently? So if you enjoy that type of content, definitely, you're not part of the family already, feel free. Appreciate you hitting that like button, smash that subscribe button, and go ahead and click the bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. But yeah, man, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Today, I'm gonna be talking about Joe Milano Game of Spades, who absolutely has made their stamp. They've set their flag, planted their flag to say we're here to stay. You know, in FragCom. And two of the fragrances in particular I want to talk about. So don't y'all, I can tell when some of y'all don't watch videos. Number one, because I answered the question in the video, and number two, you start talking about fragrances that have nothing to do with what I'm recording. So these are two I'm talking about. And if I mention it, then that answers your question. Anything outside of that, I ain't got nothing to really say about it. But the two I'm gonna be talking about today are, number one, Game of Spades WIldcard. All you need to know is bergamot, apple, vanilla, and ambroxan. Tonka bean in there as well. But this is their impression, and arguably to me the best one on the market, of Bond Number 9, Lafayette Street. All right, and then after that, the second one I'm going to be talking about today is Game of Spades Royale. Hazelnut, cacao, some cedar caramel, and ambroxan in this as well. One of the reasons I love Bond Number 9 is because the way they do ambroxan. I think they do ambroxan better than anybody else. You know, arguably people think, I think Dior probably does ambroxan the best. I think Bond does it a little bit better, and it's part of their signature in a lot of their fragrances. You can tell a Bond when you smell it. And I think what makes that so significant is when people try to clone Bonds. When people try to come out with their covers, remixes, impressions, dupes, impersonations, renditions, whatever you want to call it, it can make it very difficult. So we've talked about Joe Milano. We've talked about Zakat. We've talked about Grandeur. I'm pretty sure Alexandria has some things out there. Yeoman Leo, which I'm going to be talking about some more this week. They have some things out there as well. And then I don't think any particular house has done a great job at cloning everything across the board. I think you can kind of pick and choose, you know, where these two, I think, are the flagship. Some people may argue that, but in my opinion, where these two, I think, are the flagship and the best they have to offer, I prefer the Greenwich Village versions from Grandeur, Avenue London. You know what I'm saying? I prefer New York Nights, either from Yeoman Leo, or even as a close second, Dua fragrances. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just gonna mention them because I know people are gonna ask me, well, what do you think about Full House and what do you think about High Roller, even though they have nothing to do with Bond. I think Full House is becoming one of their top fragrances that Joe Milano offers. High Roller, I think the jury is still out on that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that's supposed to be a play on Absolute Venice. That's neither here or there. I wanted to make mention of that. Whatever. Moon, not the biggest fan of. It could have been a lot better. And hopefully they come out with some reformulations. And then they have a lot of other things. They got some things for the ladies. This is just what I'm rolling with. And then Win. You guys have heard me talk about Win, which is their play on Greenwich Village. It's not, it kind of takes the same play that Yeoman Leo takes. I think Greenwich Village is one of the hardest fragrances to clone because if you don't get those florals right, And if you don't get that sweetness that comes from those florals, you're just going to be dealing with a watery green fragrance. And unfortunately, a lot of people are doing that. And the best version I've seen has specifically come from Grandeur Avenue, London. All right. And if you're asking me specifically about, well, Walt, what about Zakat? I said what I said. All right. So that answers your question. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get back into this. So this is one of the fragrances that really kind of put me on the map in the community. That's part of the reason I love it so much. I told y'all this smells like white teas in the summertime. Even though this is one of those things, I just got to get a whiff. Even though this is one of those things that you can wear pretty much all year round, I think it definitely shines brightest in the springtime, in the summertime. You can dress this up, but to me, this is what you dress down with a white tee, a polo. You just smell good. You're going to smell good. You're going to break necks. You're going to turn heads. You're going to get compliments. People just going to be like, oh my God, what in the world do you have on? This is my second bottle of this in particular. And so I'm in love with this fragrance. You can't do me any, you can't tell me nothing wrong about this. You can't tell me, have you tried this? No, this is flagship. This is the one. As it relates to clones, if you're talking about Lafayette Street, this is the best one on the market. This, you don't need to look anywhere else. This is the best one on the market. I know fragrance is subjective, but hear the words that are coming out of my mouth. This is the best one on the market. The way they do the coriander, the way they do the flowers, the ambroxan and vanilla, and the dry down, it is such a beautiful fragrance. I'm gonna tell you how good this is. I have a couple of female friends that wear this more than I do. That's how good this is. This is more of a masculine scent, but women love, especially women that love to wear more masculine things, they love this. It's just beautiful. It's classy. It's sexy. It has a level of elegance to it, even though you wouldn't necessarily consider Lafayette Street like an elegant fragrance. To me, this is more of, I see somebody, this is confidence in a bottle with the edge. You know what I'm saying? This is, I'm going to tell you what this reminds me of. This is a happy hour fragrance. You know how you see like lawyers and people that work in corporate and they always end up at happy hour. To me, this is happy hour fragrance. This is people who are confident, that have money, that are well off, you know, not just monetarily, financially, but spiritually, mentally, physically, or whatever. And they just want to have fun, man. They chill, they relax. That's what this gives me off, but don't get it twisted. They will slap you with a black card in an instant. That's what Joe Milano Game of Spades wild card gives me. Now, as it relates specifically to Royale, you guys have heard, if you've been following me for any matter of time, you know there are two fragrances that I love to smell on a woman. Two DNAs that I think smell better than just about anything. I'm going to say three, but really two. Number one, Baccarat Rouge 540. You can hate it. I don't care if you feel like it's overrated, it's overdone. Say what you want. It is goated more than anything else, in my opinion. When a woman walks by with that on, oh my God, it is a head turner. Second place to that, but not too far behind, which people say kind of has this BR 540 thing going on. I don't really get that, but more so maybe with Greenwich Village. But in second place, we have what I'm talking about here, which is Bond number 9, Tribeca. And to me, the absolute best impression cover clone on the, matter of fact, I don't even know of anybody else who has tried to clone Tribeca and other than Joe Milano. But if you're thinking about it, don't do it. There's no need, because we're talking about Royale, beautiful hazelnut cacao. There's the slightest bit of flower with that jasmine in here, that cedar, but you get that caramel, ambroxan, and musk. Forget it. You know what I'm saying? It's wintertime. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here like my boy Attack of the Colognes. This just works. This is one of those ones, because it smells so good on a woman, it easily gets a woman's attention. I just want to sit here and bask in it. There is nothing bad you can tell me specifically about this fragrance. Now, one of the things I will say, I'm not the person, because again, we just talking, we having conversations. I'm not the person that's going to sit here and be like, the clone is better than the OG. But what I will tell you is, it's worth you buying this over buying that, because that's how close it is in accuracy. That's how close it is, or better it is in performance as it relates to longevity, as it relates to sillage, as it relates to projection. That's really where we're at. Y'all hear me on my live streams. I tell you, there will be no clone slander. There will be no designer slander. There will be no niche slander on my channel. And I'm never going to sit here and say this is better. Is Bond number 9 a little bit more refined? Absolutely, yes. But that really only matters to us. And some of y'all get so super emotional for stupid reasons, like Bond is sending you a check. I mean, like, again, like what you like. If you want to buy the Bond, then like what you like. I'm not going to get mad at you for buying Bond. Don't get mad at me for buying Game of Spades Royale. I've bought Tribeca. I've bought, you know what I'm saying, Lafayette Street. I've gifted those things. And I'm sitting here like, do I want to get a full bottle of that? Or do I just give me 10 mils so I can keep it rolling, which I have, and then I can get the next best thing and I'm straight. I've bought 4 bottles of this. I've bought 4 bottles. I've gifted the other 3 because this is how good this is. You know what I'm saying? So I hate when we keep having that conversation of like, man, you know, I don't see how y'all buying dupes. Don't buy it. I'm not checking your pockets while you checking mine. There are some people just smart. Some people like, yo, because here's the reality of it. I think this is their flagship. I think this is the highest rated fragrance that Joe Milano has. I give this a 95. This is a 9.5 out of 10. I give this a 95. Guess what I'm giving this? A 94. I really could give both of them a 95. I just think this one is just the slightest hairy bit better than this one. So I give Wildcard a 95. I give Tribeca a 94. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to something like Full House, I give that like a 89, 90. You know what I'm saying? As it relates to like their play on imagination. Moon, I give like a 75. And that's low. It's low because I love New York Night so much. And it's just like, is the smell there? Yeah. But there's no depth. There's no density. It's a little bit watery. And what took me so long to even buy that, I remember because the first review I saw was like, they were like, it was water in a bottle. And that scared me off for so long. So then when we finally got our hands on the bottle, I was like, now I understood what they meant, because it lacks depth. It lacks density. But these 2 fragrances right here, I mean, let's be real. When have you ever gone wrong with black and white? Come on now. I'm almost want to be like, let's do something crazy. I'm tripping today. And Broxton all day. I've never done this. Fat boy layer alert, live on camera. We gonna see what this is working with, because I'm getting ready to go grab something to eat. But y'all can tell I look hungry, don't I? But these just work. Black and white. Tux. Suited and booted. Black and white. There's no gray area when it comes to these 2 things right here. And it's trimmed in gold to let you know that we the best, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents. And again, that's not the reviewer. That is Walt. Now, here's the thing. I really don't separate the reviewer from the enthusiast, from the hobbyist, from the realist, from the optimist, whatever. I pretty much am the same person. Like, this is not me trying to sell you on something. This is not me trying to review something. This is not me trying to go over the notes to be like, what do I get here in the opening? No, man, this is just cut and dry, laid back, more of a podcast style conversation. Like, this is good. And especially it's December, it's Christmas time. So if you're looking for some great gift ideas, and maybe that's what I'll kind of center this content around. If you're looking for some great gift ideas and you're looking for that thing, if you got people that are Bond lovers, but you don't want to spend that $200 some odd for a bottle, yo, trust me when I tell you 2 things I'm not gonna lie to y'all about fragrance and food. This is legit. And this is legit. This is not about subscriptions. This is not about likes. This is not about smashing the bell. This is about the fact that it's like, yo, it smells good. So the hype that I had for these in the beginning, I still have. And these are things I'm gonna continue to buy. These are things I'm still gonna continue to have backup bottles of. These are things I'm still going to continue to recommend. I don't have a code for Joe Milano. I don't have a collaboration with Joe Milano. I don't have a partnership with Joe Milano. Joe Milano just followed me for the first time, specifically on IG or TikTok or whatever. I've never had a conversation with Joe Milano. Joe Milano has not reached out to me, sent me an email or anything. So you can't accuse me and tell me, well, I'm shilling or I'm not. I don't have anything to offer you. The only place I can really tell you to buy these is LaBelle out of Miami. LaBelle Perfumes out of Miami. They have all of them at a stationary price. Otherwise, you're gonna find these for 1,000 different prices between Amazon, between eBay, and between the internet. So I just tell people, go to LaBelle, because all the prices are pretty much consistent. You're gonna get the quickest result, quickest shipping. It's gonna be easy, you know. But other than that, man, yeah, like they just work. They just work. So, you know, like if you want to, it really don't matter when it comes to this particular content, because this is me like just chilling, kicking my feet up. Maybe I'll change the scenery so y'all won't think I'm still in review mode sitting here at the desk. But bro, let me tell you something. I smell good right now. I smell amazing. That Ambroxan is booming. That hazelnut and that cacao is so perfect with that apple and that bergamot. Oh, this is good. I think I just created a concoction. I'm gonna have to wear this more often. Especially for those of you who think the Tribeca DNA may lean a little bit too feminine for you. Bro, I ain't scared. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But again, nice, fresh, spicy, warm, nutty. You know what I'm saying? What fragrance do you know can really accomplish all of those things at one time? So I'm glad we definitely put these two together. Nonetheless, man, listen, holla at your boy, drop me a comment, let me know what you think. If you're rocking with the house of Joe Milano, if you have these two fragrances, you can confirm what I'm saying. If you don't have either one of these, you are out your rabbit mind. What are you waiting for? Get on it. Holla at your boy. Again, one more time from the house of Joe Milano, we have Game of Spades Royale. All right, and then, you so stupid. We have that's how y'all know this is real. We have Game of Spades Wildcard, and then we have Game of Spades Royale. Holla at your boy. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.